Hello, giraffes. How are you today? Did you know that April, the month we're in right now, is National Poetry Month? It is. Now, you are all very familiar with poems. All sorts of poems are used in our classroom all the time. Lots of our songs are poems, and nursery rhymes are poems, and books are often in poetry. So poems can be long, and poems can be short. Poems might rhyme, and they might not. They might be about real things or imaginary things. And sometimes they tell a story, and sometimes they just make you think of new ideas or feel happy or feel sad. Today's poems are all from the book The Dragons Are Singing Tonight by Jack Prelutsky. He's one of my favorite poets for children especially. And there's just a couple poems from here that I'm going to share with you. And they are about dragons, so they are all imaginary poems. And the pictures in this book are by Peter Siss. The first poem I'm going to read to you is called I Made a Mechanical Dragon. And it makes me think of all of you and the creation station in our classroom. I made a mechanical dragon. Of bottle tops, hinges and strings, of throwaway clocks and unmendable socks, of hangers and worn inner springs. I built it of cardboard and plastic, of doorknobs and cables and corks, of spools and balloons and unusable spoons, and rusty old shovels and forks. It's quite an unusual dragon. It rolls on irregular wheels. It clatters and creaks, and it rattles and squeaks, and when it tips over, it squeals. I've tried to control its maneuvers. It fails to obey my commands. It bumps into walls till it totters and falls. I made it myself with my hands. That was the first one. This next one is called I Have a Dozen Dragons. I'll show you the picture first. I have a dozen dragons. I bought them at the mall. I keep them in my closet. It's fortunate they're small. Their horns are red and silver. Their scales are green and gold. All of them are beautiful, and all of them are bold. They eat vanilla ice cream and pickles mixed with ink and run around the kitchen and jump into the sink. They splash around the basin and flap their silver wings while breathing tiny fires that never burn a thing. When we go out on weekends and stroll around the block, the neighbors stare in wonder. They seem to be in shock. I may not have a puppy, a kitten, or a bird, but I'm the only one I know who has a dragon herd. Those dragons look almost like they're kites or balloons on the end of a string. And my last poem for today is called I Have a Secret Dragon. I have a secret dragon who is living in a tub. It greets me when I take a bath and gives my back a scrub. My parents cannot see it. They don't suspect it's there. They look in its direction, and all they see is air. My dragon's very gentle. My dragon's very kind. No matter how I pull its tail, my dragon doesn't mind. We splash around together and play at silly things. And when I'm finished bathing, it dries me with its wings. What a kind secret dragon. And those were a few pics of some dragon poems. On another day, I'll read you some other kinds of poems. I hope you are all doing very well and enjoying our warm weather right now and getting outside and listening to all the birds. At my house, there are a lot of birds singing, especially in the morning times. Until next time, We wish you well, we wish you well. All through the day today, we wish you well.